Hey everybody, what is up? Ashleigh Mayfield here, and I am so excited to be back to talk all things business, leadership, and real life change. So let's dive in. I have so many people that will come to me and ask, how do you create the momentum to get exactly what you want? So we all know that we have dreams, we have goals, we have aspirations, things that we want to conquer, whether that's over the course of like a 30-day period, 60 or 90 days, right? Obviously, you're trying to be a better human. Obviously, you're trying to grow, develop, and become the person that your results require, become the person that God has for you, right? And so what I find more often than not is kind of like these things get out of alignment. We have these three sources that I am telling you, when you get them into alignment, they are this perfect storm that can help you achieve no matter what's in front of you. It is this perfect trifecta of things. And through coaching dozens and hundreds and almost thousands of people at this point, it's kind of the same pattern over and over. So what is that process? Well, it's not going to be anything really profound, so brace for impact, but it's that your thoughts, your words, and your actions all have to be in alignment. And so what do I mean by this? There are so many times when we have life happening, when we're trying to crush a goal or we're trying to evolve, we're trying to better something, but we're literally holding ourselves back. I truly believe there's always something within our control. I like to take an extreme control perspective to life, okay? I might not have caused the situation to happen. It might be happening for me, not to me. And so I can't control anything that's happening in it, but I can control how I respond. And I truly believe that so many people trip themselves up because of things they don't control that is actually within their realm of control. And so 3 things that you have control over are your thoughts, your words, and your actions. In the business that I'm in, it can tend to be a little high stress, all right? We're very numbers driven. It is online business, which, has to do with sales. And at some point in time, your thoughts are going to get the best of you. At some point in time, you're going to say some things that are going to trip you up. And at some point in time, your actions are going to stop you. And so what I have found over the course of the last almost 4 years of my life is in the moments where I have had extreme results, in the moments where I have put my foot on the gas and I have just gone at it like a crazy psycho, it's because my thoughts, my words, and my actions were all in alignment. So let's kind of break this down. I know a lot of people that are thinking all the positive things. They're thinking all the positive things and they're saying all the fluffy affirmations. I am beautiful. I am skinny. I am confident. And when they walk away from the mirror, they're not putting into account the actions that are required in order for them to really embody what they're thinking and what they're saying. So you can stand in front of your mirror with all the fluffy affirmations that you want, and you can say things like, I am strong. I am successful. People want what I have to offer. I am making an impact with people that I am in contact with. Whatever the affirmation is. And you can recite it all day long in your head, and you can say it all day long out loud so your 2 ears can hear. But if when you walk away from that moment, if you don't start embodying the action steps that are required in order to see those affirmations, to see those thoughts, to those words that your own ears heard, if you don't start taking the action steps towards accomplishing that, it's all going to be for nothing. Our life is not, let me just think and manifest all these things, which I believe in the power of casting faith. I believe in the power of manifestation, right? But it's so much more to that, okay? If you get nothing else from this, I want you to get this. You need to put some legs to your prayers, baby. Okay? And so you can think about the result all day long and you can talk about the result all day long, but if you are not becoming and being about the result, what does it matter? Because your success, your growth, your goals, your ambition, it's not gonna fall from a fluffy sky. It requires you to move. It requires you to take action. It requires you to pivot and to shift. And when you put all that in alignment and you catch those actions up, I promise you're going to see a lot more change to your life. So now let's talk about the next person. The next person is thinking all the right things and they're doing all the right things in their body. They're taking all the right action steps. They're thinking about how much weight they want to lose in the next 90 days. They have a plan together. They are working out every single day and they're looking at that sexy dress or those nice swim trunks they want to fit in. And they're doing the action steps. They're drinking their water and they're cutting down all the bad carbs and all that stuff. But every day they wake up and they say, ugh, I'm so ugly. I'm so fat. When is this baby weight ever gonna fall off? Gosh, these love handles. Oh, my man boobs. Whatever people say, right? And so they're thinking about their goal and they're being about their goal, but they're negating everything with their mouth. Their words are not in alignment with where they want to go. It's kind of like people who say that they want to pay off debt. They're like, I just wish this debt would go away. Gosh, this debt. How about you start talking and change your words and start talking about living in freedom? How about you start thinking and casting and talking about all the ways you're going to be able to say yes one day? How about you say that money flows to you and that you attract money and you say all these things instead of focusing on the negative and talking about the debt, which is still in a negative context. How about you talking about living in financial freedom? And so it's the same thing. There are many things in your life right now that you want to chase after, that you're praying for, that you have hopes and aspirations to accomplish, but it is your words and you might not even realize it. It's your negativity. It's focusing on the negative. It's saying things like, I'm trying. What does that even mean? I once heard a powerful example about that. I want you right now as you're watching this, pause this video. I want you to go grab a pen and pause the video. And I want you to put the pen down in front of you, on the table, on your desk, wherever you're watching this at, on your bathtub ledge, wherever you're at. And I want you to put your hands up in the air. And I want you to look at the pen, and without moving your hands, I want you to try and pick it up with your hands. That's what it sounds like when you say, like, that sounds ridiculous, right? You're like, okay, Mayfield, like, I can't pick it up with my hands. You told me to put my hands in the air. But that's how you sound when you say that you're trying. Like you're either doing it or you're not. And so you want to make sure as you're thinking these things and as you're embodying the action that it requires, you want to make sure that your words are supporting you. You want to make sure that you're breathing life. We all know that there's power of life and death in the tongue, right? And so in your heart, you want to make sure that you are telling yourself this. And I'll be honest, sometimes I got to stop myself because sometimes not just my stinking thinking, but my stinking thoughts get in the way, right? And we'll get to stinking thinking in a second. But your words are so powerful and they are going to overshadow all the positive thoughts that you have, and they're going to overshadow your work. So sometimes as a high achiever, I've got a really bad habit of being excited in my mind that I've accomplished something, working really hard to crush a goal, but then I say, oh my gosh, that wasn't enough. And it just flows out of my mouth. Like that wasn't enough. I didn't change as many lives. I didn't do enough. I could have done more videos. I could have. And I almost with my mouth, with my words, it comes out of alignment and it's like just the thorn in the flesh of being a high achiever. It's never enough. And I want to challenge you. You need to make sure that your thoughts, your words, and your actions are all in alignment because you're doing the right stuff up here and you're doing the right stuff here, but here, your pie hole, as I like to call it, can get you in trouble. So what about the last person? The last person is the one that's like, I'm gonna do it. I look sexy. I feel amazing. My weight loss is awesome. I can't wait till I lose 30 pounds. I can't wait till I go debt free. And you're embodying every action that's required. So you're saying the right things and you're doing the right things and you're starting to get those results and it feels good, but you trip yourself up with your stinking thinking. Because in the back of your head, that little girl or that little boy on the inside of you says, no, you're not. You're not really doing it. You faked it. Or you're a one-hit wonder. Surely no one's ever had that voice. I know I have like a million times. You're a one-hit wonder. It'll never happen again. It'll never happen better. You've done it once. Congratulations. You're at the end of your rope. And that still small voice on the inside of our head, it is just so powerful and it's so evil. And if you're not monitoring those thoughts, whether it's self-sabotage, it's perfectionism, it's just I don't want to say the curse, but it's like the ebb and the flow of being a high achiever. If you're not monitoring those thoughts, it doesn't matter how much you say it, and it doesn't matter how much you be about it. Your thoughts are going to paralyze you, and your thoughts are going to be that glass ceiling. And I am telling you right now, my friend, there is something powerful about having your thoughts, your words, and your actions all in alignment. It's that perfect storm. It's that perfect trifecta when you are monitoring your thoughts and you're like, I'm going to freaking do this. I'm about to blow it up. I am the bee's knees. I got what it takes. And you're saying it with your mouth. And then you're doing the work that's required. That's when your life change. That's when you get financial freedom. That's when you find the perfect relationship. That's when you level up your circle of friends. That's when you get the body you want. It's when you become the person your results require. It's when you're taking an inventory of those 3 areas of your life. And I will say it's easier said than done. I think it comes with a lot of time in the Word, understanding what God says about you and what He's called you to be in order to monitor your thoughts and your words. As far as actions, I think there's just a lot of people that obviously, let me go back to what I was saying. Spending time in God's word and spending time with God. Allow Him, because your words and your thoughts are so powerful. And I dare to say your action, that's something that you can tweak. I'm not saying that's easier, but I'm saying that's an external thing, but the internal thing is really what you got to focus on. And that comes through spending time with Jesus Christ. You're rewriting that story. You're rewriting those mommy daddy issues. We all have them, right? But you got to rewrite that story that you tell yourself, because it's a bunch of garbage that you've got going on in your head, that you can't, that you won't, that you suck, that you don't look like them, talk like them, that you alienate yourself, that you count yourself out, that you don't have what it takes, that it works for everybody else but you. That's some garbage, okay? And so really filtering your mindset and your words, that really the powerful time is not just that personal development, but really spending time with Jesus. I can say as far as your actions, I think sometimes a lot of people paralyze themselves. A lot of people self-sabotage themselves. A lot of people sit back, and I did this for years. You sit back and you wait for permission, or you seek approval. And I want to challenge you right now. I don't think God has called you to be someone who is consistently seeking permission or consistently seeking approval. I think that you need to step up for the first time in your life. I think you need to be the captain of your ship. I think you need to give yourself permission to step out of the box, to color outside the lines. If you know that you're loud and you've got a personality, but you've been told to be quiet your whole life, maybe it's time to ruffle the feathers. Maybe it's time to rattle the cages. Maybe it's time for you to give yourself approval. We live in a world where we seek this external validation. And a lot of people that I talk to, because they have not done the inside work, they're waiting for the outside. And I don't know that I've ever sat back and waited for permission for someone to color outside the lines, but I can tell you this, I seek approval. And that trips me up a lot because I'm kind of wanting to make sure that I've got my ducks in a row. Friend, I am telling you right now, there's no ducks. They're not coming. Your life is up to you, and you are on the edge of the cliff of your life. And I am telling you right now that no one is coming to throw you a rope. Not your mom, not your dad, not your spouse, not your best friend, not your pastor. No one is throwing you a rope. And I truly believe that God is standing there saying, will you take the leap of faith? Will you trust me? Will you jump off the cliff? But we're so paralyzed by approval and by permission that we stand back with our actions. And we know the steps we need to take in our mind. We know our life needs to change. We're saying, I'm tired of drowning in debt. I'm tired of not having my time. I'm tired of someone dictating my dreams. I'm tired of being told what to do. I'm tired of asking for permission to take a lunch every day at my job. You all know the way and the capacity in which your life needs to change, but because you have the thoughts and you have the words, when are you going to be about the action? When are you going to step up and give yourself that permission or give yourself that approval? Because I promise you, I really feel like God's just sitting back waiting for you to do it. And that's when your whole life's going to change. So you want to know how I take the action steps. You want to know how I'm able to accomplish so much in my life. It's not because I lack the fear and the doubt and I don't have people gossiping and I don't have anybody throwing darts at me. That's not it at all. I do that despite all the fear, despite the doubt, despite the negativity and the criticism. I take a step because I make sure I control what I have control over, which again is my thoughts, my words, in my actions. So I hope you found value from this today, my friends. If you did, I'm gonna ask that you pay the fee. Share it with a friend. Make sure that you share this on all your social medias. Please tag me. I love to get those notifications. I'm always doing my best to repost and to shout people out and recognize them anytime they take the time to share any of my content. So make sure also that you reach out to me. If there's anything that you wanna hear me talk on or any questions you have, I love getting questions. It allows me to kind of digest, ruminate on it, and then just get in front of the camera and absolutely go off. So if you found value, make sure you pay the fee. And until next time, talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.